So I'm going to be reading a WhatsApp message that was circulating around about the 1st and 2nd December, which we had then followed up just to provide context to the Greenstone Swindler case. It reads as follows. Hi guys, I just wanted to let you all know that I've been scammed together with over 30 families, and it's still rising as there are many more. I was promised a holiday to Mauritius Intercontinental Hotel 29th December to 1st Jan, all inclusive flights and transferred for my family of 6. I paid 162,000 into Silver Touch travel and events account to secure this deal. She seemed legit at the time, as my sister's family of 6 went to Turkey in July and their friends and also booked and went to Europe. I trusted her as she was recommended. Since 8 July, she has falsified airline tickets and our hotel bookings, and she's been making excuses after excuses that we will get our confirmed bookings. All a lie, as it did not exist. Today, I got a message from her that she is liquidating her company and our holiday will not happen. We all open a criminal charge against her. And that is in the a nutshell what had happened. We had previously Shikhar Deonath on the show where he described his experience as well as the fact that he has been good friends with the son of the Greenstone Swindler or the owner of Silver Touch Travel, and we have feedback regarding the criminal charges they laid. So let me welcome him to the show. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Well, in yourself. So I've
Good.
just given our listeners context. Maybe if you could just summarize shortly your experience, what had happened to you and your booking, and then we can go what had happened currently or in terms of the case and the criminal charges that has been laid.
Sure. So, my family is a total group of 21, and we were paid in total just short of 500,000. We we booked the trip initially in June, and thereafter a few other family members started joining in. So, say by July, we had all our bookings for our entire 21. I'm friends with Premila's son, hence trusting her in the process and also knowing her for a long time. I know that she is a successful travel agent, so I had no doubts with the booking. As time went by, we just got messed around with getting confirmations, and eventually we had to take action, and we followed up with her on her bookings. We followed up with airlines, and nothing was adding up, nothing was seeming legit. And that's when we took to social media, and all these other families came forward with their scams. At the moment, we're standing just short of 50 families that have been scammed, and we have over 25 cases opened, and there has been a few more cases coming in. So I actually think we probably broke over 30 cases that has been opened, and the total tally is over 5 million rand of money that's been scammed from these families.
So, any idea what had happened? Where is this 50 million sitting? Somewhere, because I mean, sure, 50 million has been received, right? Because
5 million.
families, so, sorry, my apologies, 5 million has been received because these have been paid into the business account. So, what is the explanation regarding the funds? Where are the funds sitting?
So that's a big unanswered question. To open the case, we had to.
Shakira, can you hear me? Sh- so, let's just see. Let's just see we I can get my let's see we get engineer Abdul Salam to get him on. So this seems appears to be a massive travel scam. Are you back, Shakar?
Yes,
Can
I'm
you hear me?
back.
Okay. You froze for a while. Okay, you were telling us you had to open to find out where the money is. You had to open criminal cases. Go ahead.
Yes, we had to open the criminal cases. Everyone who opened a case so far had to present the police with the proof of payments and bank statements to verify the values. So all cases opened, those values have been verified. So the values have not been exaggerated. And yeah, that's the big question. Where is 5 million rand sitting? Because I believe the company's bank accounts have been frozen with very little money in the accounts. So it's only once the SAPS do further investigating, we can see what actually happened to the money, if it has been paid to some agencies and nothing came out of it, or if she perhaps just pushed it into other bank accounts. We have no idea as yet what might be the reason and where the money may have went.
So currently, where is Pramila? Has she been charged? Has she been incarcerated? What is the story there?
So she is in custody at the moment, and she did appear in court yesterday. It was trending news on quite a few platforms yesterday that she did appear in court, and they postponed her hearing to next week, 18th December, and that's going to be her hearing for bail. So we're all waiting for that to see what's the outcome. In the meantime, we have encouraged the families that haven't opened cases to please do so by this week. And also, as the days are going by, more families are coming forward. So we haven't actually got a final figure on how many people have been scammed, nor the final amount, because cases are still being opened. So we're
Okay,
hoping to
so
get it all done and combine it before her next hearing.
but next week will just be a bail hearing. There's no charges put to her as yet.
Not as yet. I do believe that the police station that held her in custody does have a few cases open there, and they are charging her with those cases. And that's why we're encouraging everyone to open their case, so we have a week to have her charged before the bail hearing, so it can all be taken into consideration.
And I believe there's a Facebook page you've created, a WhatsApp group. If you could share those details.
There is a WhatsApp group. I don't think there's a Facebook page. There is a WhatsApp group where we only have the victims who have been
Mm-hmm.
scammed and who have opened a case. It's not open to anyone to just join or anyone who claims that they have been scammed. It's only people who have come forward with cases, so we know it is a legitimate case that has come forward rather than people just claiming to have lost money.
Okay,
So
so
there
what
is
will
that. And
mhm.
whoever has contacted me, they have to follow the process of opening a case to join the group. But the group is just to sort of correspond all our information. So if we need to go to the legal route, we can work as one team rather than individuals attacking this separately.
So have you currently been seeking legal advice in terms of the way forward?
Yes, we have been consulting with attorneys along the way. A few of the people who have been scammed had attorneys on hand. So we have been seeking their advice going through this whole process. We obviously have not gone to trial or anything as yet, so we haven't used an attorney to charge as yet. The SAPS have that under control for the moment. But should it go to trial, we are prepared with attorneys to take it on.
And how your family feeling? Because now it's, when it's November, it's still uh, trying to get everything done for year end at work. And if you have kids who were going to accompany you, it was exam time. But now it's actually into the festive, so called festive period. And everybody is now, it's December and excitement. So it's that in the atmosphere. How are they holding up in terms of their emotions and this huge, huge disappointment? It must be difficult emotionally as well for the family.
Yes, definitely. Definitely it is. The saddest part is that, the adults understand what happened. It's the kids that's a bit more difficult to explain the situation to. For example, my daughter and another family members of mine also have a young daughter, and it's hard to explain to them that they're not going to Mauritius anymore, and it's difficult to explain why. But fortunately, we have done that, And it is heartbreaking. We have been for the last few months all looking forward to this trip, and I'm sure every other family that booked also. It has been a long year. We've been looking forward to the break, and it was unfortunate that it all unraveled at this time of year where it was too late or too expensive to look at other options of a holiday. And yeah, with the year end madness at work, it's not easy juggling between these cases and normal year end stress. So it is a difficult time. I do feel for everyone that's involved, and that's also sort of motivation for us to push hard on these cases to fight for the people who some people have saved up for this holiday. Some people have taken out of their bonds, maxed out credit cards to do this. It was a dream come true, or supposedly. And those are the people we doing this for, to stand for them, and including my own family, to get justice, because it's a difficult task to get the money back, but it hopefully is a lot easier to have justice served to Silver Touch.
So I'm just thinking back on advice given through a consumer segment a while ago. Tell me, if it was under 3 months and some of the families who paid via credit card, can they not approach their bank to do a chargeback and recover some funding through that way? There an option, because it's under 3 months. There is provision through your bank with a credit card to probably to do a chargeback. Has that option been explored with some of the families or yourself?
I'm not sure about that. From my family's perspective, the payments were made out of savings. No one dug into credit.
Okay.
The families who have done, I haven't asked, nor have they mentioned that option. So I can't give you a confident answer if they have done that or can do that.
Perhaps worth exploring for some of the families who've done
Yeah, I
the,
do.
the credit card.
Something
Yeah, it's
like
something worth
that.
exploring because I know, as I've mentioned, when I hosted a consumer segment, it said if you didn't receive the goods or the service, you could then engage with your bank and set up a chargeback process. I don't know if that still will hold in this case, but it's worth something exploring. What we'll do is we'll touch base with you so that we can just provide a platform for yourself as well as all those who've been swindled, and let's see if through this mechanism and with the charges being laid in that, uh, there will be a recourse, and you'll, most of all, let's see if you can get some of recover some of your funds, and not only for you but for the family, and let's see justice is served here. So thank you for giving us your time, and our best wishes for you over this period, and hopefully there can be a positive outcome on this case here, and our warm wishes, and please offer our support to all the victims here, and you take care. Thanks so much for joining us, Shakar.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That was Shikhar Deonath giving us an update with regard to the Greenstone Swindler, Premila, owner of Silver Touch Travel, who's currently in jail, incarcerated, awaiting a bail hearing. So we'll keep all our listeners updated. And just uh, a word of caution to all our listeners that come December, this is not the first that we've heard of travel scams where people have been swindled out of their hard earned savings to take that much needed holiday, family time, and rest and relaxation. So please, please, please be very wary when, especially when purchasing timeshares or vacations from third parties. Please um, ask them for recommendations, who they sold previously, and then, or maybe another idea is to call the resort, because if it's a third party timeshare, please find out whose name is it booked under, and you can call the resort and ask them that, look, you intending to purchase this timeshare, all you need to find out if this particular unit is booked under this particular person's name, or ask them to give you proof from the hotel to say under whose name this is being purchased if you are purchasing a third party timeshare. In this case, it was really difficult to actually ascertain whether this company is legit or not, because it was a registered business, a registered travel agency. So even registered travel agencies and registered businesses, unfortunately, can scam victims. So please, please, please be very, very cautious before you part with your hard-earned rands for a vacation. Please, at this time, it's heightened. Unfortunately, there are many, many people with evil intent. So please, please be cautious. And that is the reason why we also highlight such issues, so that this can serve as a precaution for all those looking to purchase travel packages or time chase, etc. So while we wish everybody a safe and memorable holiday, please be cautious. And we're going to take a break, because a link to that is when you're traveling per road, if there is a roadblock, what are your rights and what are you allowed to ask, or follow, what instructions you're allowed to do, and is there any recourse you have when you feel intimidated, or you feel that you've been placed in a difficult situation and it's making you feel anxious and uncomfortable. So we, after the break, we're going to be speaking to the chief facilitator of Fleet Max Drive Smart, that is brother Ashraf Ismail, who is a wealth of information when it comes to road travel. So all this after the break.